Okay. Now we're going to do a second call out on this side, and you'll want to, try and line them up so that they, line up across there and look good. Okay. Now you want to come over here and you want to rename these things. It added another section in my tree over here. Section one. You can leave it section one. It means it's tied to this building section, and I'm going to call it CMU wall. That one is wood stud wall. Okay. And now then we get to here, we're going to create more callouts, but these are going to be detail views. And I'm going to want one down here. And then uh, and we're going to do two over here. Okay, and you're going to want to rename them over here. So my first one was CMU footing. Uh, uh, or something along these lines, okay. And then stud wall footing. Okay, so back to here. Okay, now in loading details is on the annotate tab. Okay, and we'll go component. Uh, Here's where you load your detail components, and most of them are going to be right here, detail items, and they're divided by the CSI system. And let's see, I'm going to start with masonry. I'm going to go concrete unit masonry, and I want to load a CMU 2-core section. And I also want to load a bond beam single section. I want to load both of those. Okay. But now I want to create a repeating detail, and it comes with one. So we're going to go edit type, duplicate CMU. I want to change the detail, and I'm going to be using a CMU 2-core 8x8x16. That's the size of my block. And the spacing for this will be 8 inches because the blocks are 8 inches tall when you include the mortar joint. All right. And I can't remember if these are center line. No, okay, so they're left side. And we want to come up and let's see if we go, I don't want to go all the way to the top. So I just want that. But I need to move that over and align it to the outside of my wall. Okay, and you notice that overrides the existing wall pattern. And then we're going to place that bond beam right here, and I'm going to pop it right there. And just like with everything else, you want to align these things and lock them because we don't want things to be moving, right? Okay, so that's how you do a repeating detail. Um, and unfortunately, the thing about detail views is you have to do it in each detail view. They don't carry over from one to the other. So here you would do it again. I want to show you rebar. So I go annotate component. I'm going to load. Rebar is going to be in concrete, reinforcing steel, and we're going section. We're going to do section and we're going to do elevation. And I'm going to go with number 4s here in my footing. Okay. Rebar elevation. Now this kind of thing here that it comes in like this, all right? And so I'm going to go ahead and rotate it. You can do it now, but you can do it after you place it. And the length of that should be 2'6". Okay, and so there's your number 4 rebar. I didn't change the size. Thought I did. There we go. Okay, I'm giving you a download also for welded wire mesh that you'll put in here. It puts in the lines for the X and the Y and X and stuff like that. Okay, so we'll come over here. You're going to do brick repeating pattern for the brick also. You'll do, footings there and stuff. There's a millwork component. Um, we go division 6. Millwork is just the squiggly lines for finished lumber. Okay, so you do that for your fascia. I'm going to bring in some wood framing and nominal cut lumber. Okay, section is the cut through it. Top view will show the width of the piece of lumber. Side view is going to show the narrow side. So let me bring in a section, and I need a 2x4. If you hadn't figured it out yet, I'm pressing the space bar to rotate them. And so I'm going to pop 2 of them there, and I'll need another one at the bottom. And of course, align and lock. So nothing moves. Okay. Now let me show you a flat piece. Oop. I'm bringing a top cut, and I want a 2x8, 2x6. Sorry, 2x6. And this is going to be my floor joist, or my ceiling joist. Sorry, there it is right there. That's my ceiling joist. Okay, and you're going to put some plywood in here and some millwork trim, and you'll pull this up. You'll do that. Insulation is right here. You set the width of your insulation that you want, and it is center lined of the pattern. Okay. I'm trying to think, are there other things I need to show you? Let me go back to my finished model. We'll do details for the plywood inside the sheathing and the soffit there.